It's the deal, man. We back again here at Riverside Studios, man. Mr. PolitiKan himself. Back Wednesday nights, 8:30, man. PolitiKan every week, live. Hottest topics, debates, sports, politics, news. Bring you the latest everything, man. So let's bring in the homies. It's been a while. It's the deal, fools.
What's the dilly?
Yeah, salutations, brothers. Good to see y'all.
We got
Yes,
Ken
sir.
Chronicles in here. We got Brand of Encouragement in here. We got Higher Learning in here. We getting it in. So one thing that I gotta get to, man, that's big is the Zion Williamson news. So Zion Williamson has had to go and get a second surgery on his ankle, and he is as big as he has ever been, and his future is looking real grim. He was supposed to be the next LeBron. Teams was tanking to get him. He had all the flash in high school, in college at Duke. What do y'all think the Pelicans should do with Zion Williamson? Should they let him go? Should they move on? Should they try to still build their franchise around Zion, given that he's been available for 70, 80 games in the last 3 years?
Shit. I'm going to start off by saying, let's not disrespect the great LeBron James like that. Zion Williamson couldn't hold LeBron James' jockstrap. We all know I'm not the biggest LeBron James fan, but let's be real. LeBron James came in to the league with the hype around him, and LeBron James embraced that shit. And LeBron James went at it right away. His rookie year, he averaged 21 points and 5, 6 assists, 5, 6 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Cleveland didn't make the playoffs, but LeBron James was serious about his objective. You know what I'm saying? LeBron came in and he took the world by storm. And he didn't take time off. He didn't struggle with his weight. He was a solid muscle man. This guy, Zion Williamson, didn't come in like that. He came in overweight. He played with it, but he was still overweight when he came in. He didn't have the skill set of LeBron, as far as I don't think with being able to control the ball and control the game. So Zion Williamson is I think he's a big disappointment because he did not keep track with his weight. He did not keep track with his fitness. He owes the franchise more than that. I think they should trade his ass and let somebody else deal with that big ass headache.
I mean, man, I agree with you saying, Ronnie. I mean, everything you're saying is everything that we've seen to the naked eye, right? If you watch basketball. Given the fact he might need a second foot surgery, and we all know that his game is highly dependent on his athleticism, and he hasn't been in the league long enough to where we've seen players in the past coming to their secondary game, like a jump shot, down the stretch that's really going to be sustainable in the league. I don't know, man, but I mean, they have the acquisition of McCollum and then the chemistry with Ingram potentially. I mean, I guess we would have to almost see if they're even going to play together. But I think the bigger prediction would be next year, given the fact that he might be back next year, healthy, semi-healthy.
So you don't think that he'll return at all this year?
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, we're after the All-Star break. I mean, if we're considering him being a franchise player, I mean, that's the implication of a big investment, right? So why not sit out? I mean, the Pelicans right now, they sit in 11th place with a record of 23-35 after the All-Star break. No, let them go ahead and
20 games left?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say just go ahead and let them sit out and just see what the core is going to be like next year.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. Everybody knows the Pelicans weren't doing anything anyway. So Zion not playing, it really don't matter. Nobody was trying to watch the Pelicans anyway. Even the New Orleans fans, they ain't nobody watching the Pelicans. So I mean, great names go with Zion. You got Greg Oden. You got the great Derrick Rose. You got Brandon Roy. You
That's a
got
bias.
all these guys that got injured. But their injuries, they didn't blow up to like 300, 400 pounds. That's what I'm trying to say. Like these people got injured, and most of them couldn't play the game of basketball. Maybe his ankle injuries is because you ain't taking on the LeBron James diet.
Right.
And you're trying to figure out your eating. Maybe your ankles can't carry 300, 270 pounds. Why aren't you trying to fix your diet? What's his work ethic like? So, I mean, if the Pelicans want him to be their star and he can't even get his diet right, how far do you think your team really going to go? What are you really telling the other players on your team? That, hey, this is our star player. He can't even get his diet right. CJ McCollum should be trying to get out there as fast as he can. Ingram as well. I mean, I don't think he's going anywhere. And if he does get traded, I heard he going back with his boy in New York and play with RJ.
I don't know. For me, if I'm the Pelicans, I got to look at it from a business standpoint. We tanked for how many years before we got Anthony Davis? And then we tanked for how many years before we got Zion? So it's not like you can just keep emptying the decks. And if I get rid of Zion, what am I going to do? CJ McCullough is not going to sell tickets. Brandon Ingram is not going to sell tickets. They're not going to sell merch. They're not going to sell jerseys. They're not going to really bring me no revenue. So if my team is already
Zion ain't either.
Zion ain't playing though.
But it's not about playing because I'm saving on that salary also. It's about coming out in the green as a business. At the end of the day, it's a business first.
Right, but they're still competitors and they want to win and shit.
But if you're not going to be a competitor, just like Ken said, if you're 12th, 11th in the West right now, if you're not going to actually be competitive, then you got to try to make as much money as you can as a franchise because nobody's in business to lose money.
They are going to make money. They're going to make money.
So yes, sit out this year, but trade his ass. Like, what do you want to keep waiting on? Is this dude gonna work? You gonna wait on him to work on his fitness? You gonna wait on him to get healthy? You gonna wait on him to commit to the game of basketball? He's clearly not committed to the game of basketball. So
Ronnie, he's still young. Ronnie, we gotta take it. He's still young. We gotta take it.
Yeah, but I'm saying you could get something for him right now because he's not committed.
What's your work ethic like? And they are gonna make money. I give them. Hey, listen, Pelicans, I give you the blueprint of making money right now. Here you guys go. All y'all got to do is when y'all play the big name teams, just make sure your ticket prices are a lot lower. So your home courts, if you're playing like the Lakers or something like that, just make sure your ticket prices are down. So then you get more people to come to the game because they ain't coming to see you. They're going to come to see LeBron. So therefore, you got your ticket prices low. You're going to get more butts in the seat. Because Zion ain't bringing nobody in.
That's more of a reason to keep the ticket prices high.
Exactly. Because I'm only going to make money off of those money games. And when Golden State come through, it's only 10 games out of 50 that's going to be them money games. If I'm not going to sell any season tickets, because that's how they get their money, it's through season ticket holders, not the casual fan. Them people paying 10, 15, 20,000 up front to get those season tickets. That's their fan base. That's who they tending to.
They don't got no.
So Caleb trade. Trade them. No. Wait, hold on. I wouldn't say that they don't have I wouldn't say that they don't have a fan base. I mean, because where they're going to be sports loyalists. That's not the Pelicans where they play. It's not a transplant city, so they definitely have loyal fans. Definitely.
Tell me. What college player has more hype than Zion Williamson had?
LeBron.
I'm talking about right now in college.
Recent. You're talking about recent, kind of recent.
How are you going to replace Zion Williamson? There's nobody in college that's making a splash comparable to what you can market as Zion Williamson.
You gonna market somebody
there's no replacement for this market. Nobody's going to sign with the Pelicans and come over there willingly in free agency.
And Ronnie,
You're gonna have to
laughing
trade
right
and
now.
draft. You're gonna have to trade and draft. So I say keep him. You're gonna have to get some other pieces, but he still has to be the cornerstone. And until maybe you could get a LeBron James or something. Maybe get a Bronny Jr. in a couple of years.
They ain't getting no Bronny
not
Jr.
LeBron James. Like, let's keep it real. He's never going to be as good as his dad. We will never.
Everybody, he said, whatever team take his son is where he going, and he's aligning his contract
That's
so
going
that
to be
he's going to be a
season,
free agent, and he's not going to sign until that team drafts his son.
He's
Just
assuming
what he
his son
said.
is going to be that good.
Can I say
Just
something?
said
Can I say
Go ahead.
something, Ronnie? Ronnie, I know you focusing on the Andrew Williamson, but man, medicine is forever growing. I mean, he's still young. I mean, man, I wouldn't focus so much on the injury right now. I mean,
It ain't the injury. It's that he fat.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm focused on. I'm not even focusing on the injury.
But Ronnie, we all know when you're overweight, that causes the injury, though.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's the cause of. So what I'm saying is that he can easily slim down, acquire a new diet. He just might not, but I'm just saying you still have to give him a little bit of leeway and cushion room because he's still young. That's all I'm saying. I mean,
I feel
he's
you on that.
he's an athletic phenom.
I feel you on
And
that.
you know what? It's kind of taboo for me to say that we haven't seen anything like him because every 3 to 4 years we say that about everybody, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that is true.
You know what I'm saying?
About everything.
It's so cliche at this point, but I mean, with the right people in this corner, man, I wouldn't necessarily count him out. But from a business standpoint, I'd stay with him just to see how the core gonna man. I would.
It's nothing more valuable out there in the market for you right now to make a play. It's not just about winning games, so y'all ain't winning none anyway. So let's get
Memphis is laughing right now. Let's just get that right. Memphis is laughing right now.
With Ja over there going crazy.
Memphis
so let's
like,
get to this Eastern Conference, man. With Brooklyn and ACs right now. You got Philadelphia, surging. They got James Harden. He's about to make his debut. You got the Bulls going crazy. You got the defending champs, the Bucks. Who do you think is going to take this Eastern Conference?
I honestly don't know. I mean, like you said, you got the Nets, like they're currently sitting in the low standing. I mean, but it's still, I mean, for them, it's all about mending too. There's been a lot of situational changes, and we're still coming off an All-Star break. And then we all know after All-Star break, a new season cultivates, and then we kind of go into the third season. Wouldn't you agree, Ronnie? Like the playoff season. So I think the 82 games or whatever is comprised of actually 3 individual seasons. The Heat and the Bulls look good, but it's regular season again, man. And we can't forget about the Bucks. So back again. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm be honest.
Yeah, the first time in a long time that the Eastern Conference has a lot of parity. I mean, for a long time it was, either LeBron's Heat or LeBron's Cavs. You know what I'm saying? He has.
And you know what? Let me stop you right there, Ronnie. Let me stop you right there, and you can go back. And he used to always say that about the East when we talked about who LeBron played against. He was like, there was no parity in the East. And it's ironic that, not ironic, but it's a special dynamic now that you say the East has parity. I agree with you, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it definitely has parity because not only was LeBron the best player, let's not get it twisted. He was definitely the best player in the Eastern Conference, but he had the best team. It was him with 2 All-Stars, either with Miami or with Cleveland. So it was LeBron and Bosh and Wade, or LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love. So his teams always dominated the East. So now that he's left, that super team kind of left, and they try to bring him back with the Nets, but that didn't work out. Kyrie was with the vaccine thing, and James Harden got traded. So now, though, I think it's definitely a 4 or 5 team race, man. It's interesting to see what the Chicago Bulls are going to do with the reemergence of DeMar DeRozan. I've never been a big DeMar DeRozan fan, but he
played like Kobe.
Well, no, he does, but he shrinks in the playoffs, and that's a fact. That's not hating. He does not. If you look at his numbers go down in the playoffs. Kobe's numbers never went down in the playoffs. So DeMar DeRozan, he doesn't play well in the playoffs. So that's been the history of him. So it's going to be interesting to see with the team that they have. Lonzo Ball is a nice point guard, Vukovic in the middle. He got another star in like Zach LaVine. So the Bulls, I want to see what they do. Like, I'm gonna wait and see. I'm not counting them out. I like the Miami Heat with Jimmy Butler. They've been to the finals 2 years ago. They're healthy again. The Miami Heat are still there. Obviously, the reigning champions with Giannis and the Bucks. And I'm still not going to count Kevin Durant out. With Ben Simmons coming in and playing, Kyrie on the road games, I'm not counting against Kevin Durant. So, like my boy Ken said, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. But if I was a betting man and I had to pick somebody to come out the East and I put my money on it, I'm probably going to go with the Nets.
The Nets,
Kevin
exactly.
Durant is the best player in the East. Period.
Absolutely.
So what's up, y'all, with all that bull stuff on? We already know what your answer is.
No, he might not be biased, though. Y'all just said it. You might not be biased, right?
Right.
No, I'm going to give you the benefit of that. He might not. Let's talk basketball.
Why I'm wearing this bull stuff is because I remember when the season first started, before we took our hiatus and just took our break for a little bit where we can get our grind up and everything like that. I remember we having a conversation, us in a panel, and the panel was saying, I said the Chicago Bulls, and the panel was like, they ain't gonna do shit this year. They were like, the panel was like, Chicago Bulls, y'all ain't even gonna make the play-in tournament. You know what I'm saying? No, so that's why I'm wearing my Bulls gear to let y'all know we really in first place. We tied for first place right now. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, it's the regular season, but we ain't playing in no play-in tournament though.
Facts.
We ain't playing in no play-in tournament.
That's a fact.
DeRozan got something. I'm sorry, DeRozan. You from Compton. Let's MVP DeRozan right now. Give that boy, MVP DeRozan. Hopefully he don't shrink. Please don't shrink. Zach LaVine, he's been a beast.
Baller.
So that's what I gotta say about my Bulls.
Go Bulls.
I gave my Bulls this year the second round. We get knocked out in the second round.
And you know what I respect, and you know what, let me interject there. You know what I respect about your assessment, Yaji Kedit, is that you had early predictions of the Bulls' success, and you're still being humble. I salute you. Because you don't have to be humble right now.
That's real shit. You could be talking your shit right now.
Yeah,
No,
I was talking
I don't
shit.
think, because the only thing the Bulls are missing is when they go against a Philly, they don't really got a big. They are very small. You can't be you can get in the regular season, putting DeRozan as a power forward, but you can't do that in the playoffs. It's a totally different game. So at the end of the day, I think with Brooklyn picking up, what's his name? What was that dude's name?
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons, and they got that point guard that played for the Heat. That D-Rose dunked on. I forgot his name. Whatever.
Gordon Dragic.
Yeah.
Dragic?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we talked about that, Caleb.
Yeah, they got Dragic in the buyout market.
Oh, that's big.
And he's a headache. And he can
He's a headache.
Play defense.
And he back with Steve Nash. That was his mentor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He mentored him.
Go ahead, you get it. Go ahead.
So with that, I give it to the Nets because I think they actually they don't got a young core, but they got a young, fresh mentality, as in Ben Simmons got something to prove, and he don't have to. Ben Simmons is LeBron James a little bit, where LeBron James needs shooters around him.
Mm-hmm. Same
thing with Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons don't have to go out like how he did with Philly and drop like 30 points. He can just be like, here you go, KD. Here you go, Kyrie. Kyrie don't have to play a home game. So he just rested. So your away games, you ain't running away with an away game because you got to make two different game plans now. Okay, home games, you got to go through KD, and then away games, now you got to go through. So Kyrie got fresh legs. That's going to be hard to beat. So I give it to the Nets, but Chicago Bulls all the way. But we ain't going to go that far, but Chicago Bulls.
That's a great point, man. That's a great point.
Quick, the West. Who y'all got coming out the West? Quick hitters.
Definitely not the motherfucking Lakers because they are trash ass bags. And this hurts me to say this, but the Lakers are ass.
No, it don't. No, it don't. It
Yes,
don't hurt you
dude.
to say it. You hate LeBron.
No, I don't hate
Just
LeBron.
say that.
I don't hate LeBron. I don't hate LeBron. I just don't think he's the one. But you know, that's neither here or there. He's not the one, but the Lakers are trash. So
you see the new Mount Rushmore?
Which one? The ESPN's? I don't pay attention to ESPN because I don't pay attention. Be it ESPN and Fox Sports, those media analysts don't mean nothing. They're all biased.
On First Take.
I didn't even watch First Take. I'm gonna go check it out though.
Jason Williams and Stephen A. Smith just went back and they had I think it was a difference in just one player. It was interesting, but that's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Golden State gonna take the whole thing.
The West.
Yes,
I'm gonna ride with Golden State in the West, but I will say this. The league is very lucky that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are injured because, in my opinion, the Clippers have the deepest team. They go 10 deep right now, and they're still competitive with none of their stars playing. And they just picked up what's his name? Norman Powell, and he's averaging a dub this year. So the league is lucky that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are injured. So I got to roll with Golden State and Steph and them boys, man.
Now, for me, I would say Phoenix, but damn, Chris Paul just is like cursed. Like it's like every time he seemed like he got a chance to win the championship, something go wrong, and this nigga get injured in the worst type of fucking time. So now he's out to 4 to 6 weeks with a broken hand.
Oh my god!
And Phoenix is looking like they finna go out again, right? They've been at the top of the standings all year, and now it looks like they finna drop out and not do shit because Chris Paul's injured again, man. It's like a curse for that boy.
You never could rely on Chris Paul. I mean, sadly, I respect Chris Paul. Like Chris Paul to me, honestly, even without rings, and I've always said rings is a measurement, but I can honestly say that every team that man goes to, it gets good out of nowhere. Like every team, and he don't build super teams. He made OKC relevant. He made the Rockets almost beat Golden State with Durant, the team that they said was unfair that LeBron had to face in the finals. CP3 had him down 3-2 with just James Harden without a super team. So CP3, he definitely makes every team he goes to better, and that's just a fact. So it's unfortunate that he always get injured. It's just not meant for that boy to win one. Like, I mean, it sucks, but it ain't just in his cards, man. Next 4 to 6 weeks, he gonna miss the first round of the playoffs. And let's say they draw a team in the first round, like, you know, the Lakers is fully healthy and they missing Chris Paul, they might fuck around and lose that series.
Don't let them go against Memphis.
Right, they lost. This guy is gonna kill.
It's kind of sort of Chris Paul's fault though. He need to take a book out of Kawhi when he's healthy and do that little management. Yeah.
Yeah.
He want to try to play all season, and he like what? Almost 40?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to the NFL, man. So Brian Flores, man, he was fired from the Dolphins. He accused that management and ownership told him to lose games and to tank, and that he received payment for losing games. He was fired after an 8-8 season where they made him bench Ryan Fitzpatrick for a rookie Tua, which he was never a fan of. They made him draft Tua, which was not someone that he was a fan of. And all of this resulted in him losing his job with the Dolphins. He was on interviews for the Broncos for the head coaching position. And Bill Belichick, after his interview, Bill Belichick accidentally texted him, congratulations for getting the Denver job. But he texted the wrong Brian because I forgot the coach's name, but another Brian that coached under Belichick that didn't even do his interview yet with the Broncos. But Bill Belichick was congratulating him, but he hasn't even took his interview. So Brian Flores is calling bullshit and suing the NFL for bias, saying that they're just interviewing the black coaches for the Rooney Rule just to fulfill a certain obligation, but that they're not actually, getting real opportunities to thrive as a head coach in the league. So while he's in the middle of this class action lawsuit against the NFL, he's also looking for a job. And Mike Tomlin with the Steelers has hired him as a defensive assistant coach. So now he is suing the NFL while working in the NFL for the only black head coach in the NFL. How do you think this is all going to pan out for Brian Flores and Mike Tomlin for hiring him?
You know what I mean? You know what? Brian Flores, I mean, we all can probably safely assume that he's blackballed, from another coaching job. And him hopping over and working with the Steelers, I feel like that's just Band-Aid work, given the fact that the Steelers are huge advocates and they invented the Rooney Rule. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. Of course, it's like a political move, right? So, if anything, the bigger conversation would be Mike Tomlin, who is the league I feel like is waiting for him to fail, despite him being a winning coach career-wise of 154, 85, and 2. So, it's just Band-Aid work, man. I mean, that's it for me. That's all I got.
I mean, I'm actually happy to see it. I mean, you know me, you know what I'm saying? People always say I make everything about race, but I don't give a fuck. The brother got a chance from a brother. We've seen this countless times with all this white dominant industry. It's only a handful of black coaches in the league. So we see this time and time again in this white dominant industry that these white coaches, do some shit that's unpleasing or do something and they go get in another job from their buddy. So, I'm happy to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of what the popular opinion is or what they think should happen, I'm happy to see that brother Mike Tomlin, pretty much don't give a fuck about the ramifications or the possible ramifications about giving this brother a job.
But Ronnie, Brian Flores wants another head coaching job, though.
He probably ain't gonna get that.
He's not a coordinator. He's like the bottom of the totem pole. He's an assistant.
Well,
so
he's not
going from a head coach to an assistant. So imagine you going back to the job you had at 25 after being a head coach.
Well, the thing
but ultimately, what does he want, though, Caleb?
Well, of course,
he wants a head coaching job.
He wants a head coach.
So the question is, will he ever be a head coach in the NFL again?
Probably not. But what I'm saying is, it was already, like I said, by the numbers, it's already hard to be a black head coach in the NFL anyway. How many teams is it? 32, 33? How many black coaches? 5 or 6? So
no, it ain't even that. Mike Tomlin.
It's like
Mike Tomlin. One.
That's what my point is. So it's already hard based off the numbers and based off what's going on to be a black head coach in the NFL. Now, when you do some shit, your chances, he pretty much lost his chance. That was his only chance. So you're gonna have to take a job from your buddy, and at least you employed still in the NFL. You ain't gonna be a head coach no more. It was already hard.
You're okay with him. So Ronnie, you're okay with him actually having to settle?
No, you know me. I'm not. I think it's bullshit. That he will not get another chance. Because like I said, there's many white coaches that fuck up and do shit and do unethical shit and bullshit, and they get a second chance. They get a second, third, fourth, and fifth chance. But the reality of it is there's 1 or 2 black coaches in the NFL, and you're not going to get that other chance. And it's fucked up, but it's reality.
So as long as he has a place in the NFL culture, you're good with it.
No, I'm not good with it. I'm not. I'm saying that's what it is, but I'm not good with it, of course. It's bullshit. I don't agree with it, and I don't like it.
Listen, the Jets should be getting a new head coach every year. They just suck. The Jets should, every year, they should just be like, nope, you didn't work. Let's go get another one. So he got a job there, but they ain't going to give it to him. The Giants suck. He ain't getting that job either. The Detroit Lions suck. He ain't getting a job there. All those teams didn't even win 5 games this year. And he ain't getting no head coach job. So at the end of it, I kind of agree with Ronnie on it where, hey, if they ain't going to give you got two choices right now. You either take the job that is offered or you don't take the job that is offered. Is it fair? No. Is it reality? Unfortunately, it's like if you don't take the job, you may not be able to feed your family.
Right.
So if you can't feed your family, hey, take the job so you can feed your family. And then you
Ronnie
figure
don't
out
care
from
about
there.
money. Ronnie don't
So
care about money.
you don't know. You ain't in his pocketbook.
So
So
just
No,
so
he just said it when we were talking about the NBA. And we talked about
so you
competition, then Kalen was like, you know what, we're gonna talk about what's good for the Pelicans. And Ronnie didn't talk about any business, so Ronnie don't care about money.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about as a man. He's like, hey, let me take this job right now. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
I
for
don't know his
him,
financial standpoint. Take
Right.
the job right now, and then go through your process with your suing and everything that you're doing right now. But you take a job so you can still be in the NFL,
Right.
And see
or
what happens.
you can end up like Kaepernick and out the NFL, and you ain't never coming back. So at least take the
Yeah,
job so you got something you
I
can
got a
say.
question for y'all. So do y'all think that the NFL is like fake progressive with Jay-Z and these
of
halftime
course.
shows?
Hell yeah,
Let's stop right there. Let me express on this. Of course they're fake progressive. They had stop racism in the end zone during the Super Bowl, but they won't even allow a majority of black ownership. Of course.
Right.
That's it.
Right. Exactly. You could do all that talking and all that capping and all that, oh, this and that, but the reality of it is, like he said, black ownership still non-existent in the NFL. Black coaches still non-existent in the NFL. Black GMs still non-existent in the NFL. Colin Kaepernick still doesn't have a fucking job. Let's stop capping. Like, let's stop the bullshit. Like, no, it is fake progressive, and that's why I love the halftime show performance, because those guys, those guys went in there and they did something more than just perform. They addressed police brutality with their subs. You know, the song that Dr. Dre and Kendrick both picked, both of those songs reference "fuck the police." Both of those songs.
But Ronnie, most rappers make money off the denigration and black on black crime. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah,
I'm just
but
playing devil's advocate
what
right
performance
now.
have to do with black on black crime?
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. What did it have to do?
With Dr. Dre coming from NWA?
What did it got to do with black on black crime?
What he rapped about? Are you serious? What Snoop rapped about? I'm just
About
playing devil's advocate right now.
Wait, about what he saw? Them rapping about what they saw 30 years ago, that's not the issue.
I can't.
Hold on,
Ronnie.
Caleb, hold on. Caleb, let me jump in, Caleb, hold on. But at the same token, I mean, you have rappers like Talib Kweli that grew up in the inner city too, but chose not to rap about it. I mean, we can't negate the fact that gangster rap, I mean, it creates capital.
See, yeah, but you're going to something else. That's not what they rapped about that day. They chose particular.
But that's what they represent. That's what they've represented.
No, that's what they represented in the past. Dr. Dre don't even make music no more, so you can't say that about Dre. Dre just make beats. He don't make music. That was Dre 20 years ago.
But their foundation was built on gangster rap. Gangster rap. Hold on. Gangster rap is an implication. Gangster rap is black on black, right? It's not black on any other.
There's no black on black
crime. But what Ronnie is saying is, Ronnie is talking about the present tense. You going off of past tense. They had Mary J. Blige up there. Mary J. Blige wasn't up there saying, broken heart, yeah. She was singing her own stuff.
But you got to think, Snoop Dogg had 50 niggas out there in khakis, crip walking, while he throwing up the scene.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
If that wasn't glorifying gangsterism on a whole nother level, then I don't know what is.
Yes, and no.
To a whole other stage. They probably got niggas in Dublin right now, crip walking, throwing up the sea.
Y'all got to look at the big picture of it. Y'all got to look at the big picture of it. They kept it black. Okay, Snoop Dogg. We all know Snoop Dogg ain't gang banging. He just representing where he's from.
We know. But you think the white people that was watching the Super Bowl, the target audience?
And so what?
The target audience is not us.
Okay, but you guys are still looking at one picture. You guys are forgetting the fact that both K-Dot and Dre both said "fuck the police" on stage.
I never mentioned K-Dot.
Eminem took a knee for Colin Kaepernick.
Eminem, he's white. It don't matter.
Exactly, but I'm saying he did that.
That does matter.
Fuck my white privilege.
He's
I'm
white.
going to
A
take
white man standing for black people don't matter for black people.
It does
Black
matter.
people gotta
Yeah,
stand
that
for
does.
black people.
If it's Eminem, it
White
does.
man standing for
It
black people
definitely
don't
matters.
matter.
It
Oh,
does matter.
It
That
matters.
does matter.
He went against. He pissed off a whole bunch of white people doing that shit. He pissed off a
Because
whole bunch of white
because
people.
we
doing that
always get mad. We always get mad when we always go, hey, we need some white people to get up in this. And then when white people don't get up in it, then we like, oh, no white people are trying to fight for us. But then when a white person fights for us, it's like, oh, it don't matter. It don't matter. He
So
white.
I'm gonna say,
No,
so
like,
listen,
listen now.
so wait, so I'm gonna say this. Given the fact that Eminem did take a knee, me paying attention to Eminem's career prior to the Marshall Mathers project, the Slim Shady, like all the way back from the Wake Up Show with King Sway and Tech, I would say him taking a knee was legit. I would say it came from the heart. I would say it mattered.
He always has rolled for the culture. He always has said,
he always
Bush, fuck Donald Trump. Like he don't care. Like he
shout out to Eminem.
White people look up to Eminem.
Shout out
White
to Eminem.
They do.
You got a point there, y'all.
Kendrick
white people do look up to him.
Kendrick choosing "We Hate Po" to choose that song. Dr. Dre still saying "Still Not Loving Police" in this era where police killings are at an all-time high in the black community. Those guys choosing to have those lyrics on the biggest stage in the world, that was big. They did a subliminal protest.
But Ronnie, we can't act like it's not a contradiction though.
It's not a contradiction.
But how is it not? Because
I don't believe in black on black crime. First of all, it's crime.
That's fine.
It's not black on black crime.
Hold on, that's cool. That's not a topic of an argument, right? Or even a debate. But when we look at the platform on what most hip hop artists' careers are built on, I mean, come on, man. It comes off the backs of what we're saying we're going to do to each other. So the maturation came later on, Ronnie. We have to look at the whole pie. We can never slice a pie and base the whole pie just off that one slice. We got to eat the whole pie, right? Just to be fair.
Those guys don't talk about that no more. Snoop don't even rap.
I didn't say that, but Snoop also features with rappers who do still talk about that.
So
that's still a part of him.
No, you're right. And he got to continue to build and to help niggas out. So I don't blame him for that.
Okay, but Ronnie, we have to understand what hip hop on the West Coast, at least. Let me say the West Coast. We have to understand what hip hop was built on. Look, regardless on whether or not we step out and deal with other genres, it's still gonna double back. No matter how old we get, it's still gonna double back to what that particular artist, his platform was built on. Hip hop on the West Coast was not built on positivity. So even transition to the Super Bowl, we still know the foundation, though, Ronnie. We can't
I don't understand why black people. I don't understand why black people always get on other black people. I don't understand why black people get on other black people. Like this country was built on white on black crime, and nobody addresses that shit. Nobody. It's all about what we do and we do. No, why don't we address them? Why we always gotta address other black people? This country was built on bullshit, and it's still on bullshit. But we always gotta point out when the black man do something quote unquote bad, or we always got to do that. We can't just look at.
That's not what I'm doing.
We always got.
I'm just telling the truth.
Black on black crime, and what about
Ronnie? It's not personal.
They want us to take accountability for what we did, but they won't take accountability for what they did. That don't make no fucking sense. Why do we got to take accountability when they don't take accountability?
We still hold some accountability because we know better. We're not the same black people now in 2022.
They know better, and they still don't take accountability.
Ronnie.
They know better.
It doesn't matter.
Why don't it matter?
What we eat don't make them shit, and vice versa. We're still
exactly.
not black. Ronnie, think bigger.
Go ahead, y'all. Hold on. Go ahead, y'all.
All right. So my question is going off of the whole thing of their platform was built off of X, Y, and Z. Right? Okay. Going off of that. My question is, why don't people put that same energy into Kim Kardashian? Her platform was based upon a sex tape.
Hey.
Nobody really talks about her sex tape, right? Everybody talks about what her makeup line, how their whole family is kind of sort of built off of. I mean, they got their daddy, but I don't know what he want to be now. But if you just take Kim Kardashian, Ain't nobody talking about. Oh, they talk about her and Kanye. They talk about nobody goes back and go, hey,
Right.
you remember what she did with Ray J?
Correct.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
So why do we?
No,
of course.
So why, when it comes to us as people, do we have to go? Well, you know, this is kind of sort of like the biggest hip hop show that we had in a long time to showcase us as people, but you know what? It was based upon negativity, so it don't get its credit where credit's due. But Kim Kardashian and her family could come up with makeup lines, TV shows, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, and saying Kanye is extra crazy because he wants to stay close to his kids, so he buys a house right across the street from her, and Kanye crazy, blah, 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 blah. But nobody go back and say, hey, and girls want to be like Kim K and everything like that, but everybody want to be like Kim K, but nobody goes, well, if you want to be like Kim K, you got to do her saying Foundation, which was a sex tape.
Yes, they do. What are you talking about? That's what entertainment is built on now: sex, drugs, and scandal. That's never going to change.
Why
You know
do we
what I mean?
gotta
Sex
highlight
tapes
the
come
black
out.
man then?
That's why
the
blogs.
point.
I don't really hear anybody
Y'all
on
don't
the I don't hear nobody talking about Kim
Journalism?
K's sex tape.
Never.
Okay, look at
Yeah, I get
negativity right now. The hottest story going on right now is Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. And we feel like this story's been dragging on for like 2 years now. So it's alleged that they did ballistics on the gun and no DNA from Tory Lanez was found on the gun. So we don't know what the true story is. And this is kind of getting old. Like, everybody demonized Tory Lanez. He was basically blackballed, or they tried to blackball him. Like, everything in this game is negativity. It's based off of negativity. This is what people feed off of. This is what they want. This is what sells. This is what makes money. Y'all niggas always talking about what it should be, but this is a capitalistic system. And this system is to make money and to capitalize off of whatever the fuck people is willing to pay for. And people want to pay for bullshit.
Right. I mean, Caleb, let me read you a quote. Lie your own way out of this. You ain't do shit what you apologizing for. The lawyers got your phone records in mind, all your texts. They got you recorded on the jail phone talking to Kelsey, apologizing, begging us not to talk. Megan wrote this in a recent caption, and since then, I guess it was on an Instagram story, and since then it's been deleted. So, I mean, I guess that's where we are right now, right?
Like, she keeps coming out with evidence, and then the courts keep coming out with evidence contradictory to what she's saying. So is it bad management over there? What
No,
is
it's hip hop
going
and
on?
promo. It's hip hop promo, and it's shock value, and it's entertainment. It's very simple.
Tory Lanez, he dropped his NFT and his music booming. Megan, she was on tour like a month. She did a big ass, what was it, award show like a month after the shooting.
So you just made my point.
Exactly.
Promo.
So that's what I was just realizing, is that both of their careers are on the up, regardless of all this negative press and this back and forth about what really happened. Is this even what is it? Is this a lawsuit, or is this like a criminal case?
I mean, pretty much this is how it's always been, though. They've always benefited off of black entertainment. And this is going back to the slavery days when they had brothers fighting each other to the death. That was entertainment. They was betting on the shit. Brothers fighting each other to the death, having to kill each other in order to stay alive. That was their entertainment. And it has not changed. The only thing is
we're still doing that today to ourselves, right?
It always go back to what we're doing to ourselves. No, what they're doing to us.
Right.
Everybody
Okay,
always want to talk about what we're doing to ourselves, but no one wants to hold white America accountable for what they did. Why don't they got to face accountability? I don't understand that.
Why don't we?
Why do we got to face accountability and they don't? I don't understand.
I don't want to kill you.
Why can't they face accountability? They don't face accountability. No one.
Because I don't want to kill you and you don't want to kill me.
Like me and Caleb said on another show, we started off the Monopoly game with $0. That's the reason why there's only 7 black billionaires in America out of 100.
So what's our accountability, Ronnie? What's our accountability?
That's the reason why
within our race?
There's only about 4% of America in millionaires are black because of that.
Those, I get that stats.
That's
let me ask you a question, Ronnie. Those are stats. But Ron, let me ask you a question. Those are stats. We get that. We can't. Stats are stats, right? We can pull them up. But what is our accountability? I'm not even going to label this black on black crime. What is our accountability amongst ourselves, though?
I don't give us no accountability until they take some accountability. Until they,
why are we depending on everybody else?
So now we can just do whatever we want. We could just run rampant. It could just be the Wild West.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Until white people own it for what they did.
You guys are not listening. I'm not saying we don't have to, but why can't they? Why do we always point to us?
Why are we worried about them?
Because they control everything. That's
why are we worried about them?
They control everything. White people control everything.
You didn't answer my question. Can you answer my question? Where's our accountability?
White people control everything.
Okay, where's our accountability?
We don't control shit.
Ronnie, can I get the question?
Hold
on. We understand we don't control everything, right? But we still exist amongst each other. So where's our accountability without you mentioning white people?
See, and it has everything to do. You're not listening. It has everything to do with white people.
Oh my
God! Go ahead, y'all. Hold on. Go ahead, y'all, because I got something to say about that.
And in Ronnie's defense, Ronnie did say, but I think it was overlooked. When Ronnie said, when we talking about crime, Ronnie said it's not a black on black thing when he's talking. He said he doesn't see it as black on black crime. He says, I see it as crime. So he's not going off that. He's just going off of crime is crime at the end of the day.
Okay, so where's our accountability amongst each other? We're not going to call it black on black crime.
And so my thing is,
I got that.
Why are we worried about everybody else? Either white, black, whatever the case may be. Only person that you can change is yourself. So if only person that you should be.
So I'll give you the answer.
Ronnie, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So Asians can come over here, buy up a bunch of land, and create a Chinatown in damn near every major metropolis, major city throughout America. And they do it without any no questions. Hispanics come over and buy up whole communities, and Africans come over here and they thrive. Everybody's coming over here and learning the American system, and we're over here still worried about white people when we don't even know what the republic is. We don't even know what the capitalism is. We don't even understand business. We haven't even learned their system that we've been living in. Everybody else comes in over here and learns the system and thrives in it, but we still worried about what the white man gonna give us instead of learning the fucking system that we in.
We could learn the system all day. The system was not built to work for us. It don't matter if you learn the system. The system was purposely built against us. And that's what I'm saying. We talk about changing individuals now. This is something that has been happening to us for generations. This is
so we hold no accountability.
It's hard to go back and undo what they did to us generationally. We put dogs in a cage with dogs, and they're gonna fucking eat each other.
We're not arguing that, Ronnie.
In a cage with 4-ass dogs with no resources, they're going to eat each other, and that's been happening for generations. So how do we just say that, oh, niggas need to stop doing this or that, this and that? No, this is something that's been embedded in us for centuries. This has been embedded in us. So you can't expect people just to, how we think. We weren't raised in that shit that some of these guys come from. We weren't, I'm not saying we were all privileged or rich, but a lot of these motherfuckers that hate the crack epidemic destroyed us. Let's be real. That's what destroyed it. Outside of slavery, outside of segregation, then they dropped crack in the hood and destroyed the black family.
Ronnie, can
our minds, fucked us up.
Ronnie,
that was the white man that did that. That's the accountability I'm talking about.
Ronnie, of course you're just reciting. You're just basically reciting everything that everybody knows from the social construct of America.
But everyone
we all get that. Look, we're not art. We're not arguing against that, Ronnie. We're
You
we're
are.
actually agreeing with you. No, we're agreeing with you because I mean that's the reality, right? So we're all conscious brothers on here. So of course I've never refuted anything that you said about the position that black people have been put in America. But you still have failed to answer my question. I got a two-part question. Where's our accountability? And when are you gonna not mention white people in our accountability? Being the fact that most of us already know what the social construct was. Maybe not the intricacies, but we all know we're behind the fucking 8 ball when it comes to black people living in America. So where's our accountability? Are we just going to continue just to blame white people for everything?
I answered your question. I already said there is no accountability without them
On
taking
black people?
accountability.
So when it comes to let's just say, because you don't want to constitute it as like black on black crime, and I can kind of ride with you there. I mean, that's fine. That's just a difference in semantics. So when it comes to just crime amongst us, how do you justify that?
I don't justify any crime
without including white people.
But look, that's what I'm saying. People only do that with black people. White people kill white people.
You're still not answering my question.
You kill who you arrest.
You're still not answering my question.
You right to white
I am answering your question.
Ronnie, you're skating.
Right to white people again.
Only highlight
exactly.
that. Each race commits crime against itself because that's what you're around. But we only highlight black. That's all.
Does he not? Ronnie, do you not understand the context of my question? You're not answering my question. Hold on, y'all. Just give me 30 more seconds again. Ronnie, I'm gonna ask you. We can all agree the social construct of America was built on. We all know black people, again, are behind the 8 ball. So where our black accountability without mentioning white people, being the fact that most black people are just as conscious as you are?
We can never do that because white America won't do it. When
you're going back to white people.
No, because they control the fucking country. Once they acknowledge this shit, fix it. Why are we the only oppressed group that never got reparations? Once they acknowledge what the fuck they did and try to fix it, then we got progression. Then we got progression.
Just stop.
Once they acknowledge themselves and fix it, then we can progress and hold ourselves.
I love you to death. But you're not understanding the context of my question. Getting way too emotional. I said the same question.
First of all, Ronnie, he said without mentioning white people.
I told you it won't be that. I already answered the question. I won't never do it. I will never do it.
Ronnie, I said it in Braille. I said it in Spanish.
I answered it
in Arabic.
I said it will never happen. Myself, I won't do it. I always mention white people. I will never hold accountability without mentioning white people. I answered your question. I'll never do it. I'll never do it. They destroyed the country.
Who are you more likely if you come down to LA right now? Who are you more likely to get shot dead by?
What are you talking about? More likely to get shot dead?
Okay. Never mind. Callum, go ahead. That's a hell of a question.
No. Bring that back.
What kind of shit is that?
That was. So all I'm gonna say is like how Ronnie said about the about the system. Let's take for example. I'm a content creator, right? I know the Instagram algorithm. I know how to get my views up. I know how to get my views regular, where I just know I know how to mess with the algorithm, right? But it doesn't always work in my favor. Sometimes I can get 4,000 views. Sometimes I get 82. Same blueprint, but it don't always work. So I think in a way of, correct me if I'm wrong, Ronnie is saying with the system, you can know the system like Asians know the system or Hispanics know the system. Maybe it worked for them, but that algorithm for blacks, it don't work out all the time.
Bingo.
We're not disagreeing with that. We never disagreed with that. But where do we agreeing with what you guys are
now,
saying.
On the other side, what they saying to Ronnie is, yes, they agree with that algorithm not working in your system, but when it comes down to it, we as a people got to come together and educate ourselves. And sometimes now the crime against each other, yeah, you're going to see more black on black crime when you are at a poverty level and you have to feed your family and that person got to feed their family, and they lock you guys, back to what Ronnie said, they lock you guys all in a cage. So yeah, you ain't going to go to a white neighborhood. You're going to do it in your neighborhood where you live.
That was never the debate. The probability still remains the same, right? We can kind of gauge where it's going to be.
How do you expect people that have all these fucked up minds because of what the system did to all of a sudden just make this change? Have this sudden realization, let me hold myself accountable when they don't think they're doing anything wrong. Okay. Like you can't expect
so Ronnie,
people not in their right minds to all of a sudden flip a switch and say, oh, I need to hold myself accountable. That don't make no sense.
Right there. Okay, so look. So if you bring a white person to an impoverished area, and then you have the black person, obviously, who mirrors the impoverished area, right? Because, we all vibe and we all have a certain dynamic against ourselves, right? So how come the white man can come and virtually walk through Watts and virtually go unscathed, but the black man can't? You're still saying we still can't gauge where we can hold ourselves accountable if we know, like you just said, it's because of white people. How come that white boy going through Watts isn't being approached just as quick as the black man?
Are you serious?
That's my whole point.
Is that a real question?
That's my point. No, it's a rhetorical question, Ronnie. It's a rhetorical question.
That's bro.
Is that the same question off of? I still want to hear the answer. I still want to hear the answer off of, if you go to LA right now, who you gonna get shot by?
Who am I gonna get shot by?
Another black man.
I feel more threatened around essays than I do niggas when I go to LA or any.
You're switching the paradigm, though. Bro.
No, I'm not. I'm
not. Answer the question.
I'm not.
That wasn't even.
You act like people act like this is what I'm saying. I know it happens where people get hit by stray bullets and some people get hurt off of bullshit. Somebody trying to rob somebody, all this other shit. But people just act like especially like in the gangsters. Most of the time, gangsters kill gangsters. They don't just kill a random black person. It happens once in a while if they trying to rob you or something going on or hit a stray bullet. But most of the time, gangsters fuck with gangsters.
Okay, but Ronnie, but you gotta be tapped in with the politics right now. Niggas don't color bang, so it's not as easy to identify the gangsters from the non-affiliates in today's gangbanging world. So the politics is completely different. In our days, gangsters were easily identifiable. In 2022, that's not the case.
But no, I would say that white man,
being 42.
It goes back to, like I said, a lot of times it ain't just on, like you said, it ain't just on no gang shit. Somebody trying to rob somebody trying to take somebody.
You got excuses. You got too many excuses.
Somebody. Hold on.
We need to stop that shit.
Let me finish.
No, we got too many excuses.
Let me finish.
You have every excuses.
Like, what do you mean excuses? These guys trying to take something from each other. The reason why we're on that because that woman mentioned, I think this falls under a broken system. No, the fucking system is not broken. This is the way it's built. So the system has been built like this years upon years.
That's what she meant.
Okay,
that's what she meant.
I will say.
Hold on. I want to say something. Ronnie, do you not understand the difference between gangs and gang banging?
Of course.
Niggas is gang banging. They're out there looking for trouble. They're initiating these
where is our accountability?
It's different.
That's my whole point.
What accountability? So what
they
you
talk about busting
missions?
But other races don't gang bang?
Different.
Right.
It's the difference between being
white people don't gang bang
and gang banging.
Right.
Hispanics don't gang bang?
Right. We always do us every time. They did.
Now, I would say, going back to the white man walking through Watts and the black man walking through Watts.
Hold on, y'all.
Victim mentality.
You got too much of the victim mentality. You got to hold somebody accountable. Okay, we understand they. So once we understand they, how do we fix us? I understand your logic. So you forever gonna blame the white man on everything, right?
Hell motherfucking yeah, I'm gonna blame the white man for everything. Hell yeah.
That's weird.
Hell yeah.
That's weird.
I'm gonna blame the white man for every fucking thing in America.
Hey, I would say.
Good luck.
Then you want something from the white man then.
What?
Yes, he does.
You want
Yes, I want something from the white man. I want their accountability.
You want to eat off the white man's plate.
I want them to hold themselves accountable.
And that's accountability by making you eat off their plate. That's accountability. You want the 40 acres. You want them to give you something.
I want equal opportunity. That's what I want. You ain't got to give a shit for equal opportunity.
That's what you're telling me right now.
Explain why it's only so. Y'all want to only talk about the gang shit.
No.
Y'all only want to take about
something from the white man. Yes or no?
Let's go to the fact.
That's what you want.
Let's go to the fact.
Stimulus pack.
Let's go to the fact.
You want another stimmy, bro.
Okay. No,
you want another stimmy? Just say that,
I do.
Fuck all that shit.
I don't want no stimmy.
Y'all only talk about the low shit. Let's talk about even in the high areas like the NBA, like we still don't got no fucking black owners and everybody's okay with that. We still don't got no black owners in the NFL. We still don't got no black coaches and black GMs. It's still fucking uneven. It's not an equal opportunity.
We're not arguing.
Hold on. Why is there only 7 billionaires that's black in the fucking America? And guess what? They're only entertainers and sports athletes. There is, I think, 1 or 2 black billionaires that are not entertainers and athletes. That is not an equal system. That is not equal. I want equal fucking opportunity. I don't want a handout. I want shit to be dead fucking equal. I want shit to be dead fucking equal.
Let me tell y'all something.
And it's not.
So you want
Let me tell y'all something.
white people to make things even.
Hell fucking yeah. What's wrong with that?
How?
What's wrong? I don't know. I didn't make it uneven. Ask them. I don't have an answer. Ask them to make it uneven. I don't know how to do this shit. I don't.
Ronnie, you want something from the white
man.
That's what we're talking about.
Yes, we do want something from the white. Yes.
Who?
Yes.
Listen.
I'm going to speak for yourself.
Going back to
I know I'm thinking for myself.
Going back to the white man, right?
Niggas always got to carry each other.
Last point.
Listen, going back to the white man not being robbed in the hood. Going back to the white man not being robbed in the hood. So one of the reasons why the white man won't get robbed in the hood is because maybe that white man that's walking through the hood, supposedly, is not wearing the same thing that we wear. So therefore, they don't want what the white man has. So if I walk in the hood, let me finish. I'll let y'all talk. So if I walk in the hood and I'm wearing my Jordan 11 Coup Grace, if I'm walking in the hood wearing my Jordan 11 Coup Grace, and a white man walks in the hood and he's wearing his Vans, who do you think they're gonna rob? They're going to want the Coup Grace more than they want the Vans, because they're going to want those Coup Grace to go put them on StockX and get a little extra cash.
But so, that's not the debate. That's not the debate, though.
You said
Caleb,
I don't think only white niggas that walk through the hood is a police, and they ain't getting touched.
Caleb, I don't think I don't think they get. I don't think they get our point, Ronnie.
I will never get that mentality.
Ronnie. So what I'm saying is that
you're saying the white man's more safer than the hood.
No, man.
Wait. Hold on, Caleb. Can I say this last point, Ronnie? So when we talk about who's oppressed us, who's oppressed us in general, right?
White people.
You asking me?
Got you, Ron.
Yeah, I'm asking you, right? Okay. So white people have oppressed us the most, right? So really, who oppressed us, you would have more of a vengeance towards them in general, right? Come on, let's go.
Have a vengeance towards them?
Yeah, who's oppressed us?
Oh,
if that's what you want to call it.
So why would you be wanting something from your oppressor?
No, Caleb, can I
live in their land?
Finish? No, can I please finish my point? So Ronnie, we agree that white people are the oppressors, right?
Right.
So anybody who oppress you, you would have the bigger issue with them, right? So you have a bigger issue with white people than black people, right?
I think that goes without saying.
So you would say in general, people who understand who are oppressors, as black people, you would say the general consensus that white people would have more problems with black people would have more problems with white people, right? Just in general.
Black people would have more problems with white people.
In general,
they feel oppressed.
Just hold on,
if they feel oppressed.
You killing my point. Just in general, Ronnie. Black people would have more problem with white people because there are oppressors.
If they feel oppressed.
No. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. You still killing my point.
You can't say in general.
My question.
Because not everybody feels that way.
No.
Right.
Stop. No. Stop interjecting because I'm just
statement.
talking to Ronnie. Exactly. No. Hold on, you educated. I'm just talking to Ronnie. So Ronnie,
'Cause I
again,
thought
you would say so. You feel personally that the oppressor is a white person, right? So you don't hold black people accountable. In your mind, white people are the oppressor. So that's in general. So let's talk about in general, right? Just black people as a whole. Even though like depending on where we are in the hood, like Yajukated said, black people gonna get at black people the most because that's what we're more familiar with, right? And we have internal beef, right? But outside of that, though, right? Most black people have a problem with white people and vice versa. Wouldn't you say in general?
No, I can't say that in general. Because there's not people like you. You know, y'all have different perspectives.
I don't have a problem with white people.
Oh my God!
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of people that don't. It's a lot of us.
I don't have a problem with white people.
I stand in a handful of them.
I don't have a problem with white people. I have a problem with the mentality of black people.
I don't either. But see, you guys aren't understanding the question. Just in general, I don't have a problem with white people either. But in general,
we have
when
a problem
speak
with
for
black
all,
people.
when we have.
All right, man, we gotta move on, man.
Hold on. See, y'all always
we gotta
my
move
point.
on, man.
You can hear it, baby.
Hey,
This is good.
I was gonna eat Ronnie's ass up, but you can end the show. Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
All right,
Oh.
man. So we gotta move on, man. Before
Of
it's
course.
World War III in here, nigga.
Hey,
World War
this is
III
good,
in the
man.
real world fucking happened.
Ronnie, you
We
got
got Vladimir Putin.
I love white
He
people.
over here. He invading. The white people is invading the white people. Let's talk about that, Ronnie. White on white crime, nigga. Look, the Russians is invading the Ukraine.
No, it's our fault.
Ain't no niggas
That's
there.
our fault.
Ain't no niggas in Russia.
That's our fault.
Ain't no niggas
That's
in
Nick.
Ukraine.
Let's blame us. We got to hold ourselves accountable for that. We did that shit. We made white on white crime. Let's do that. That's all I got to say.
You contradicting yourself. You
did
just
that.
said that you don't hold us accountable for anything.
No, that's everything is our fault. Fuck it. We did it. That's us.
No. Don't pander. You just contradicted yourself.
That's us. Fuck it. I'm gonna change my whole stance. It's all black people. It's our fault. We in this position we are. It's our fault. It ain't nobody else's. We need to stop making excuses.
Hey,
we need to stop
you
doing
a
that.
black man,
I got a question for you, Ronnie. I got a question for you, Ronnie.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Ronnie.
Yep.
All right. It doesn't matter where we at. It doesn't matter where we at. And you were walking down the street, and I robbed you.
Well, it matters where y'all at, though.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. You getting wherever you getting robbed. You getting robbed. You getting robbed. It doesn't matter. Ain't nobody gonna be like, dang man, I got robbed here. It feels a lot better getting robbed at Walmart than it does being robbed at Target. Like it don't matter. You got robbed.
So two black
Going back
people
to
in
what
Beverly
I was
Hills gonna rob each other. So black people in Beverly Hills gonna rob each other. Y'all gonna be in the hood.
You're saying that people don't get robbed in Beverly Hills.
I never said that. But two black people, they're
okay,
more likely to rob themselves in the hood. So in the hood.
All right, come on.
Going back to my question, Ronnie.
You gotta
going back to my question, Ronnie.
How do we get back
I
on
just
this?
Ronnie. Going back to my question, Ronnie. If I robbed you, Ronnie, doesn't matter where we're at. I robbed you. Whose fault is it?
If you robbed
it's
me,
the system's fault. It's white people's fault that I got robbed. It's white people's fault that I got robbed for my Cool Grays because they created the system that made me buy Cool Grays and walk through the hood and get robbed for them.
Yep, maybe we wouldn't be robbing each other if they didn't deny us home loans back in the day and push us all to the ghetto and drop crack in the hood the way they did. Y'all laughing, but that shit ain't funny to me. Like maybe they did, maybe they did, maybe we would be different. Maybe we would be different if they didn't do that to us. They fucked us up.
So let me ask you a question, Ronnie. Hold on. Let me ask you one question. So if you don't believe that there's accountability, what was the whole purpose of the truce in 9 Deuce?
How are we back on this? I thought we was on the next thing. Like I ain't
No.
got nothing to say about that shit. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm done.
Smart man.
I'm cool.
You a black Zach Morris and you saved by the bell. I love you to death, but hey, we go back and forth, Ronnie. So if there's no accountability.
Let's go back to the white on white crime.
All right, so back to white on white crime.
That's the only thing that exists.
The way y'all classify
the only thing that exists.
Crime. So let's get back to the white on white crime, man. Vladimir Putin in Russia has invaded or is going to invade. I don't know what the status is, but they plan to invade or they're in the process of a full invasion of the Ukraine.
So Russian on Ukraine crime.
Yeah, and Vladimir Putin basically came out and said Biden better not do shit. Like basically just like punking that nigga, like better not do nothing. I'm finna go take the Ukraine and y'all niggas better not say shit. You know, but how y'all feel about us? Do you think that we should really like step in and do something about that? Or you think that we should just be like, you know, fuck that. Let's worry about America. Let's get this money over here and fucking put some tariffs on their ass. Like, what's your thoughts on?
My thought of it is if they want to fight each other, then let them fight each other. But you need to realize if them fighting each other is going to hurt America, okay, get involved. If them fighting each other and have nothing to do with us, then stay out of it. Because Biden, you haven't even figured out what to do in America. You haven't helped us out in America. I'm still waiting for my unemployment check. You didn't give me my full 12 months. You only gave me 6. So I'm still waiting for the rest of my money, Biden. And you don't even know what you're doing with COVID. You don't even know if you want us to have a mask. You don't want us to have a mask. You try to vaccinate 5-year-olds. You don't even know what's going on. So if it ain't going to affect us in America by them fighting each other, then do what us black people do. And sometimes you just got to look the other way. Like this don't
it is gonna affect us because
so then if it affects us, then you step in. But if it ain't gonna affect us, then leave it alone.
So can I ask you a question? Like what do you know the U.S. to be known as when in time of war? What are we considered as?
We jump in everybody's business.
Right. So we're considered as a world police, right? So why wouldn't we interfere?
Because sometimes if it don't concern you, sometimes you take on the title that you shouldn't be taking on. Sometimes
that's what we're known for, though.
Just because that's what you're known for doesn't mean you have to do it.
I didn't say
Black people are known for when you walk by a white person, that white person clutches they purse because they think we're gonna rob them. That don't mean that I should go rob people, right? Just black people are known to be gangsters, right? So I ain't going around throwing up no gang signs or anything like that. So
we're not talking about race.
You're saying what we're known for. I'm just using the analogy of what we are known for.
Race.
So if you're known for something, that doesn't mean you have to do it.
But that's a bad example because we're not talking about race. We know America's a melting pot. So we talk about the U.S. military. That's not specific to race, bro. So what are we? We're known as
I'm using the example. If you listen with your ears, I'm using the example of you being something. Just because somebody sees, okay, I use me as an example. Make it easier for you. I am known as a public speaker. I am known as a photographer. I don't have to do public speaking and photography. Do I? No, but I'm known for it.
What does that have to? But that's
just because you're known for something doesn't mean you have to do it. So just let me slow it down for you. Just because America is known for being. Just because America is known for being the world police don't mean they got to be the world police.
So what does race have to do with anything? Your first point was race.
What up, Ray? What you got on this?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
World War III, nigga. We about to World War III, nigga. Because Putin want to take gas.
You just gotta educate yourself, bro.
So it don't fucking matter.
It does make sense.
Gas is already.
Go ahead, Ronnie.
Gas been almost $5 for the better part of the last 7-8 months. We already got expensive gas, so you know what I'm saying. We got. I don't really give a fuck, honestly. Like, I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't got no control over this shit. You know what I'm saying? Joe Biden, a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna do what he do. I don't give a fuck. Like, whatever happens. Like, that shit, of course, is gonna affect us. Like you said, with the gas and all that other shit. That shit already high any fucking way. So I don't really give a fuck.
$7 a gallon.
9/11. We've been at war since 9/11 in Afghanistan and the Middle East. We just pulled out at the end of Obama's administration, and we had one term under Trump. So America's been kind of not at war for 3-4 years, and now you want to jump back into war? I don't think that's smart for some cheaper gas. I mean,
right.
We going electric anyway.
Especially, and for me, it's really because of Biden. I don't want Biden leading us into no war, bro. Especially if he get a second term.
He better not get a second.
Hell no, I don't want to be in no war with Biden for 2 terms. I don't trust it.
Did we fuck up by picking him over Trump? That's the real question.
Yeah.
No, we have to get rid of Trump, bro.
Let's be accountable. Let's hold ourselves accountable.
Did we fuck up?
Some of us put them in there.
Did we fuck up?
Hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. You voted for Biden?
I didn't.
I'm not saying anybody on the panel. I'm just saying in general. If you voted for Biden, hold yourself accountable.
Right. Like, did we fuck up by putting him in there?
Did you see him calling a reporter a son of a bitch and shit? He was tripping, bro. Like, you know your mic is live. Like, I don't know. That nigga's a weirdo. Like,
hey man, hey man, we having fun, man.
Hell yeah, man. I miss this shit, man. We back going crazy.
It never fails. And it never fails. I still eat up both Ronnie and Jaquetta in open debates.
Wrong.
And Kalen, you better play it safe.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, Ronnie. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Last time I seen you on a podcast, I said you talk big like Ali, but get beat up like Cat Williams, and you never came back after that, bro. That's the last time I checked. Because I've been holding down this podcast for a cool minute.
You know what? You know why I didn't respond? You know why? You barely know your ABCs. You're pro.
What happened, bro?
I just laugh at you, brother.
What happened?
You make me laugh.
You finally got some cojones and come back with the lion. You finally came back with the lion. You finally came back with the lion, baby.
You were mad when I came in.
Come on, bro. You finally came back with the lion.
And I make you feel uncomfortable.
You came back with the lion and got ate up again. You came back with the lion and got ate up again. And then you said you wanted to eat. And then you said you wanted to eat Ronnie's ass up. What? Then you said you wanted to eat Ronnie's ass up. Come on, bro.
You're pro amateur. You know what they have you on the podcast?
Come on, bro.
Wait. They have you on the podcast for comic relief.
Come on, bro. Hey, but if that's the case,
all you need is a nose.
Hey, let's get this right. Let's get this right. I go off of you, and I eat you up one last time for tonight, and I'll be quiet. If that is the case, if they kept me on here for comic relief, you've been gone for almost a year, so that means the comic relief took your job, and you were unemployed. Bye.
No, I have my own stuff going.
You were unemployed for a year. No. They rather come with the comic guy than you. They said, let's keep paying the comic guy and not paying you. Hey, bye. Ding, ding, ding.
Hey.
Ding, ding, ding.
Over, y'all.
It's over, bro.
Wait for this moment.
Come on, bro.
Y'all, you can't even spell your name.
Come
I
on,
love
bro.
y'all niggas, man. I'm hungry.
Come on,
Me
bro.
too. He mad.
All right, man. We gotta get
Come
up
on,
out
bro.
of here, man.
Hey,
I
yo,
love
catch
you,
me.
man. I
Let's
love
go.
you, y'all.
Catch
Can't
me
go
March
for
19th.
20
Catch me
years.
March 19th. I'll be holding down speaking for the Politician podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'll be speaking
The
and everything like
politician?
that.
You gotta articulate, brother.
I'll be speaking and everything. Hey,
Linguistics.
are you doing anything March 19th?
No, not because no. You gonna be
Hey, are
there.
you
That's why
doing
I'm not
anything
coming.
March 19th?
You gonna be there. That's why I'm not coming.
Oh, so I got another job with Caleb and you don't. Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm out of here. Stop.
Okay. Hey, do you guys want me to take over the forum? You want me to start writing for the forum?
You can't.
I can do
You
that
can barely
too. What
spell.
y'all need?
I
What
can't.
y'all need,
barely
baby?
spell.
What y'all
Yeah,
need?
you get it.
What
You
y'all
can't
need? Y'all
spell
need
your
me to
name.
write for the forum?
Stop.
Y'all
All
need me
right,
to start
man.
doing some
We gotta
journalism
get up
for you?
out of here, man.
I am Yaji Teddy,
Let's get
and
some
I am
shout outs
renowned
Hey,
before
y'all
we get
journalist.
up
niggas
out
is
of here,
funny
man.
though. On
Hey, man.
Come
everything.
on, bro.
Hey, come on. Let's get some shout
from your
outs.
platform. Drop him from your platform. You gonna lose. The niggas
His
gonna find
platform
a
has
sport
been
too.
his platform actually. See, he had me for about a year, so his
Oh,
platform has
boy.
been doing good for a year, and
I'm
you've
doing
been
most of the
gone. So that
numbers.
means the
I'm
platform can
doing my
survive
own
without you.
thing.
Caleb is like I'm about to smoke this pin.
And guess what?
Running.
And guess what?
Hey,
And
Running.
guess
can we
what
get some
Caleb's
shout
gonna do?
outs, man?
I guess I do one
Shout
more
out.
thing.
Y'all got my
Shout
head
out.
hurt.
All right, y'all. Shout
Caleb,
out,
Y'all
man.
stop making
Shout
me
out.
laugh.
before
Go
we
My
get
head
out.
is
Caleb's
hurt.
gonna,
Shout
Caleb's
out.
gonna do one more
Y'all got my
thing.
head hurt.
And what Caleb's gonna do, he's gonna take this little cut and he's gonna put it on his Instagram because it's gonna be a highlight for people to come and see. So
That's
once
fact.
again, I did my job. So Ken, I'm sorry to say, you got replaced with the comedy guy. You got replaced with the comedy guy. It's okay. It's
Hey,
okay. Come back next week.
What I can say, hey,
Hey, matter of fact, I think I work next Wednesday. So it'll be a better time for you to come back on the podcast.
You can't stutter.
Okay.
Hey.
I work next Wednesday. Come back next week. I won't be here.
Let me say this.
both,
Hey, you know what?
both of y'all did y'all shit.
Wait. Shout
All
out to
right,
everybody.
last remarks, man. Y'all going crazy.
That's cool. Hey, shout out to everybody. Hey, thanks for inviting me on the show, Caleb. Well appreciated. Yaji blessings in your endeavors. Ronnie, always good to debate with you. Shout out to everybody. Check out Ken Chronicles Media on Instagram and link in the bio. The work is self-explanatory. Let's go. Thank you.
Yes. Shout out to the PolitiKan 4. Of course, my chief ace, Kalen Vons, politicking himself. Ja, I see your growth. I see you, boy. You keep doing your shit. Brand of encouragement. Looking forward to hearing you March 19th. Ken, as always, one of the smartest niggas that I know. Doing your shit. Ken Chronicles that's taking off. And I enjoy watching you do your shit. Everybody, shout out to everybody that's been fucking with us from the jump. When we get there, don't try to jump on the bandwagon in. But, shout out to everybody that's been down with us from the jump. Love y'all.
Appreciate that.
I don't know, man. For me, it's been a roller coaster. This is the shit. This is the release. This is the platform. This is why I created this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we all do our own shit. You know what I'm saying? We all got our own aspirations and goals. But this is a spot for us to come chop it up. You know what I'm saying? And really have those conversations that, some niggas have on the block and some niggas avoid. Right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas don't want to have these conversations. They want to talk about money. They want to talk about bitches. They want to talk about bullshit. They don't really want to have no conversation of substance. And that was the whole reason behind this platform. So I love y'all niggas for fucking with me, man. Coming on here, doing y'all shit, man. I appreciate y'all fucking with me for real. March 19th, we doing this media day, man. We just trying to create a new wave. We actually going to be having we're going to do a press junket, but we're going to do it my way. You know what I'm saying?
Am I invited? Am I still invited, Caleb?
Oh, man, you already
man.
know. Ken Chronicles always invited.
Come on, Ken. What kind of question is that?
Man. But Yaji will be there. I don't know if you want to come.
I'm going to be there.
Nah, man, we going to come. Hey, at the end of the day, it's all love, baby. We two black men doing what we got to do. I'm just playing, man. It's all.
Why you unfollowing me though?
Huh?
You see?
I had to. Hey, if you really, if you real, I don't think you want me to air it out on up on here. So okay. So the reason because I don't like people trying to take my style. So when I'm doing work for
I beat you on the Juvie campaign.
No, because they don't even follow you. No,
come on, bro.
But I had the campaign.
No. Hey, guess what? You know the pictures that you the pictures that you who does their pictures?
That's fine, but I got the
Who
campaign.
does their pictures?
That's not the argument though.
I still get paid.
I'm not a photographer.
I still get paid. I still get paid.
Didn't you compete?
Hey, how did you figure out about Juvie? How did you figure out about Juvie?
Wait. Through you.
How did you figure out about Juvie?
Through you, but did you get it? I got it.
What does Woody say? There's a snake in my boot.
Finalist.
There's a snake in my boot. You didn't hear it from me. You didn't hear it from me because I didn't tell you to do the Juvie thing.
I beat you though.
So you went on my page. You went on my page. You went on my page and was like, "Dang, I want to do what y'all does." So I'm glad I expired you, bro.
But did I not beat you?
I got
wait. You got canceled in preliminaries. I beat you.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
I'm gonna post the campaign.
Guess what? You have Juvie. I have Juvie and I have Camping World.
But I beat you though.
I have Juvie and I have Camping World.
I have
Juvie and I have Camping World. I have Juvie and I have Camping World. And I have CNBC. I have Juvie, Camping World, CNBC.
So listen. I'm gonna post the Juvie campaign.
I have Juvie, Camping World, and CNBC.
Don't overtalk me though. Say it one more time, and I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. Go ahead.
I have Juvie, I have Camping World, I have CNBC.
Okay, so stop right there.
Name your conditions.
So you got Juvie from what? Because I got the campaign. I'm gonna post it.
You got a commercial. I do work for them.
But I didn't apply for that though.
I do work for them. I do work for them.
I get it, but I didn't apply for that when it came.
So I get paid more than you do. Okay, there we go.
I said I beat you in the campaign.
Okay. So you okay. There you go.
All
right.
We out of here, man.
All right.
PolitiKan the podcast, man.
Hey, make sure I take a picture with you if you come on March 19th.
Fucking get to it, man. We out there.
I take a picture with you on March 19th.